Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. It's great to have you here. Today's video is going to be all about how to avoid Genshin burnout. Or if you are feeling unmotivated to play Genshin and don't really know where to start, or if you're someone who wants to get back in the game but feels like you missed out on a lot of things, this video is for you and I hope that you can take away some tips to apply to your own Genshin account. If you are feeling tired of Genshin or just need a break or need a different style of playing, I have all the tips you need here. Or if Genshin is feeling a little too repetitive and you can't think of something new to do, I have tips for you as well. So sit back, relax, grab a snack, and enjoy the video. The first thing that I always like to do when playing Genshin is come up with a goal or a plan for my account. This really helps put my account on track so that I am working towards something and that I'm not just playing mindlessly. For example, some common goals will be completing Spiral Abyss or Imaginarium Theater. If you are someone who cannot 36-star the Abyss or are having trouble with a floor, a great goal to have would be to complete the Spiral Abyss or a certain floor, and the same applies for the Imaginarium Theater. If you work towards this goal, you are focused on achieving it, which means all the things you do in Genshin are related to you achieving the goal. So for example, all the farming that you're doing, the artifact collecting, the XP grinding, all of that is leading up to you achieving your goal. However, if you are a late game player and achieving the Spiral Abyss is something easy for you, or if Imaginarium Theater is not exactly your style, there are other goals that you can set. For example, one of my goals was to complete Chenyu Vale exploration before the next update. At the time that was 4 point something, and what I wanted to do was complete all of Chenyu Vale within that time period. That way I was able to focus all my time on achieving that goal. And because I set a deadline for myself, I was more determined to achieve it. Now that doesn't also mean you need to set very strict deadlines such as explore all of Natlan in one day because that will burn you out even more, but set achievable goals that are reasonable for your time. Like if you are a busy person and do not have lots of time to play on Genshin, obviously you wouldn't want to choose a goal that requires you to spend a lot of time on Genshin. A good example will be to explore a certain smaller region, such as this area rather than the whole nation, within a set time period such as a week. If you are a student, perhaps you want to achieve completing exploration for a region within one of your breaks, or within one of your weekends. Again, make sure you analyze your own schedule before you set goals for yourself. The goals are meant to keep you focused and stay on track, not to give you less motivation to play, so make sure you choose a goal that you feel like you will enjoy completing, or something that will bring purpose to Genshin. My most suggested goal will be to complete Imaginarium Theater or Spiral Abyss because those are the main end goals of Genshin, and those are good things you can focus on. If exploration is not your thing, and you prefer to do things like combat, perhaps you want to do Spiral Abyss with a set amount of characters. For example, you might want to complete Spiral Abyss only using a certain kind of reaction team, or you want to complete Spiral Abyss with only 4 stars. Whatever the case may be, set a reasonable goal for yourself so that you can stick to that and you can focus all your time and attention on achieving that goal. Here is another tip for some of those late game players, or if you are just getting bored in the early game, maybe this tip might apply to you too. But what I like to do if I get bored is I like to play Genshin the way I wouldn't normally play it. Now this could mean many different things for people, and here are some of the examples. Perhaps you might want to try building a character that you don't normally play. For example, if you normally like to play charge attack DPSs, maybe you might want to start with a Claymore DPS. Or you might want to build a team that focuses entirely on reactions. Or maybe that might mean building a character that you never even considered. This thing is great for people that are just so tired of farming that perfect artifact piece. Like if you've been trying to get a certain artifact piece for one character and just don't want to try anymore, and you already have these really well-built characters, you have the option to start investing in other characters that you don't normally play. Choose characters that are interesting to you and you like their playstyle. If the character is interesting to you, don't worry about the meta. I was someone who loved to worry about the meta before and wanted to clear Spiral Abyss, but I found that to be exhausting and always having to keep up with the latest reaction comps and everything like tier lists. But honestly, if you play characters you like to play, you will enjoy Genshin so much more and you have less likely chances of getting burnout. However, I want to give you an advisory though. Only do this if you have resources to spare. If you know that you are low on Mora, EXP, weapon EXP, and everything in general, do not spend your time building a bunch of random characters. Focus on making your already current characters stronger. If you don't have a full team of level 90 characters with good artifacts and good builds, you might want to put your attention to doing that before you start worrying about other characters that you wouldn't wouldn't normally play. I know that building a character can get really boring, and that sometimes running an artifact domain over and over can cause a lot of burnout, but I want you to take a look at your account and analyze how strong that character already is. If you can already clear semi-difficult content with a stable team and everything works well, then you can start investing your time into building all these other fun characters. But if you can't yet clear that hard content, then maybe it's time to focus on your old teams before you start working on new teams. Also take into account what resources you have, because for someone like me, I have lots of XP and all these ascension materials and talent materials, which is why I can raise other characters. But if you are someone who lacks Mora, EXP, all of that, then perhaps raising another character is not the best idea for you. But not to fear, I still have more examples on playing ways that you normally wouldn't play. And one of those examples is the Serena Teapot. Now when I first got the teapot, I was so excited to make builds and everything, but then eventually I sort of abandoned it other than my farming teapot. But sometimes when I do get bored of Genshin, I like to switch to a realm that I really like and make it all aesthetic and really pretty. As you can see, I have lots of Inazuma furnishings because I was working on an Inazuman realm. But if you are tired of the normal grind and just don't like exploring and farming artifacts, maybe you might want to switch at looking at the Serena Teapot, or just other styles of playing in general, such as building a farming realm in the teapot or making it aesthetic and pretty so you can invite your friends. But overall, I like to go to the teapot to take a break from my normal playing style, and it can be relaxing placing furnishings and making a cute cozy realm that you enjoy playing in. Now I probably am crazy for this next thing, but I do love to complete things in the archives. Especially the food and book archive. I love collecting all of the books and going all around the map to unlock these books. And it has been my goal to collect every food. I just have a few left which are character specific dishes. But the main thing is that it gives me a break from the normal ways of playing Genshin, and also there is a sense of accomplishment knowing that you've collected a lot of these different foods. And if you need an excuse to explore, that's also a good option too. Now this was only a suggestion. I'm not saying go out and finish your food archives because again there are really no rewards other than the sense of accomplishment, but this is just an option for you if you are getting bored of the normal playstyle and want to change up your gameplay. Lastly, you can try completing achievements, but I do know that some achievements are very annoying to complete, so perhaps those aren't the ones that you want to do, but maybe things like collecting chests or completing challenges, whatever it is that motivates you to play, do that thing, because when you play the way that you want to, then Genshin is going to be fun. If you want to build a certain character, but other people are telling you that that character is bad, you do not have to listen to them, because as long as you are playing the way that you like, you are going to enjoy Genshin and it is not going to burn you out. Another option to avoid Genshin burnout is to look into the future of what is coming up. Some people might say that Genshin is getting very boring and repetitive because events are also becoming boring and repetitive, but just remember that new characters are always releasing, and lately they have been releasing cooler updates, so there is plenty much more to do. So one thing you can do is focus your attention on an upcoming character. That could look differently for many different kinds of people. For some that might mean saving primogems, and others it might mean grinding resources for that character, but if you have your sights set on the future, that will motivate you to play and help you avoid that burnout. Burnout usually tends to happen if you are tired of playing and can't see the purpose of what you're doing anymore. But if you give yourself a reason to play, such as preparing for an upcoming character, then you will feel like you are not wasting your time and you are actually doing something productive. Another tip, if you are really feeling the Genshin burnout and all these other tips do not help, you could also just take a break from Genshin. Now this might seem very controversial because there's a lot of things that happen in Genshin and a lot of short time events, but just remember there is the Stellar Reunion, which is the event that you get if you haven't played for a long time, and you still do get primogems and other rewards if you haven't played for a while, so there is no need to worry on missing out on too much. I know that there is a lot of fear of missing out on Genshin because of all these events and banners and limited time rewards, but perhaps that might be the reason why you are feeling burnt out. Keeping up with all of these different events and things can be so draining, especially if your schedule is really busy. So perhaps taking a break might just be the best option for you. If you're worried about missing character event banners, remember that there are always reruns, and those characters that you want will eventually come back. If you fear that you're going to miss out on limited time rewards or primogems, again you also have the Stellar Reunion when you come back, and missing out on a few primogems is not that big of a deal. Your mental health is what's more important, so make sure you focus on setting yourself on track before you go back into your Genshin account. Also, there might be a chance that while you're off not playing Genshin, you might find a reason that will make you want to come back. For example, if you feel like there is no more purpose to you playing Genshin anymore and that you are getting so tired of this repeated cycle, maybe once you take a break and step away for a little bit, you might figure out one thing that really makes you want to play Genshin. Whether that be the scenery or the beautiful music or your favorite characters, let them be the reason why you come back to Genshin later. Instead of letting Genshin become this routine or this cycle where you log in every day, let it become something that makes you happy and want to play. Because if you are no longer happy playing Genshin, then you will not enjoy your time farming. Again, the key thing is to prioritize your own mental health, which is really, really important, especially if you play long hours and feel really, really drained. Genshin should be a stress-relieving thing, not the cause of your stress. The last thing I could possibly recommend is to play Genshin with people that you enjoy playing with. I know you might have friends that have not played in so long, maybe even years, but just remember that there is always an opportunity to find new friends while playing Genshin, and usually when you do play with other friends, they might inspire you to want to play too because you get to spend time with them. If you are having trouble finding people that play Genshin, there are many ways you can reach out to people. First of all, Discord servers. I have a Discord server if you want to play Genshin with people, it's in the description, but also there's the official Genshin Impact Discord server, and a ton of other creators make Genshin servers as well. This way you can find people with similar interests and playstyles, and perhaps also find motivation to want to play too. For example, if someone has a really built character that you want to build, or has a really good team that inspires you, maybe that might be a reason for wanting to play. We also have HoYoLab, the community, and you can always reach out to the people there. I'm sure there are so many willing people that would want to play. And of course, we have your friends in person. Now this might be a little bit difficult, but if you have friends in person that play Genshin, it will definitely make it more fun because you know these people personally, or you could encourage your friends to play Genshin. I know that I really love helping out people in lower ARs, and it makes me really happy to share those tips with other people. But finding friends makes a huge difference when playing Genshin, and you are more likely to enjoy your time playing when you do have other people versus when you don't have other people playing with you. Those are all the tips that I have for you guys. I hope you found something helpful in this video. This has been a highly requested one, so I also hope this answers many of your questions. Again, if you'd like to recommend a video, please put it in the description. I am here to make videos that you need and videos that you want. Thank you so much for watching, and if you are in this stage of Genshin burnout, I hope that you do find a reason to want to play, and that you also prioritize your mental health before anything else. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Good luck on your polls, and I will see you all in our next video. Bye!